What is up, everybody? Welcome into the Brahma Bullpen. We're going to just start off by saying this weekend wasn't that bad. We were very competitive against St. Louis. As you can tell, I got a lot of concern in my voice. And here's why. Breaking right now. While I was starting to film this episode to recap the St. Louis Battlehawks game, Mike Mitchell puts out a tweet. The rumor is Chase Garbers is out for the season with an injury. He was off to such an awesome start. As you can see from the graphic here, 70% passing rating, 586 yards, 2-1 record. Just sad news. For all you Brahmas fans, part of the Brahma bullpen out there, literally all of last year, that's all we were fighting against, right? Injured quarterback, injured quarterback, injured quarterback, injured quarterback. At that time, it was understandable because our offensive line was getting just blown up at all times, but our offensive line's been playing great this year, so I think it hurts a little bit more. And the team was gelling. The wide receivers were doing their thing. They were on the same page with our starting quarterback. The running backs were on the same page with quarterback. So now here we are, basically going back to square one, going back to season one. And the good news is we do have Quentin Dormady, who everybody, including myself, thought was going to be the starter this year. Chase hasn't really had to use his legs a whole bunch, so that's probably a good thing, right? Dormady's somewhat mobile, not super mobile, probably definitely less mobile than Chase is. But hey, we got us a good backup QB. That's what it's all about. That's about planning and being prepared. So with that, looks like it's Dormady time. But our thoughts and best wishes out to Chase Garbers. Hope you heal up soon. Maybe we'll get lucky and see you again. If not, maybe we'll see you next year. Enjoyed your time on the field. Thanks for being part of the bullpen, baby. All right, let's just get into our episode here. There's no segue out of that sad news. So everyone knows we lost last week to the St. Louis Battlehawks. It was a great game. We were in the game all the way up till the very end, lost by 7 points, even had a chance to win the game. And now thinking back, the last 2 weeks, weeks 1 and 2, we were able to come back from behind and actually get some late game heroics to win the game. And we were close to getting that again last night, but we didn't know we had a quarterback out there playing half throttle, man, because he was hurt. They didn't really put out what the injury was yet, but that'll come out here in the next few days probably. The injury reports will come out on Friday or Saturday, just 48 hours before the game. So we'll probably see you then. But here's our updated standing. In our conference, St. Louis is now ranked number 1. They got the tiebreaker over us, 2-1. Brahmas stay at number 2 because we got the tiebreaker over the DC Defenders. We are also 2-1. And then the DC Defenders won this weekend. They are also 2-1. Arlington Renegades, we're so close to beating DC. They've been close in every game pretty much, 1 or 2 plays away, but they're 0-3. You see the USFL division. Birmingham Stallions have pretty much been dominant. They dominated this weekend. Michigan Panthers 2-1. Showboats 1-2. And then Houston 0-3. Houston and Arlington, those Texas teams seem to be struggling. I don't know. It's like everybody versus Texas maybe, but now Brahmas with the quarterback situation is kind of a rough deal. But hey, man, what can we do? But these are the current standings after week 3. All right, with that, I'm going to get into a rant. And here's my rant. UFL attendance week 3. Arlington, 8,411. Birmingham, 12,265. There's Birmingham fans that believe that's a good number. I don't know. This guy made a post on Twitter saying, hey, it wasn't for Birmingham and St. Louis, the league would have 0 attendance. Hey, newsflash, 12,265 people is not great attendance. All right, Michigan, 6,952, playing at Ford Field. That's crazy. That basically makes it look like there's 3 people in the stand. And then San Antonio, we did not hold up our end of the bargain, 11,790. Completely ridiculous. I will tell you that the tailgating scene was better. Week 1, when I went to tailgate at the Alamo Dome, there was like no line to get in. You just walked right in. Yesterday, the line was over a mile long, but we still only had 11,790 people. I mean, we really need to get up to that 20,000 number, San Antonio. I've lived here my whole life. We've dealt with the Jerry Jones not letting an NFL team conspiracy theories down here. We went through the New Orleans Saints visiting here in the Dome. Then we've been through like every spring league and arena league, pretty much, thing that's come through here, all these different potential leagues that might last. And here we are in our second year. We finished the first year of the XFL. Now we're in our second year of the UFL. And we have 11,790 people there. Well, we had the Commanders here with that scrub Charlie Ebersol. Yeah, I'm talking to you if you see this, you jerk. We were getting 30-plus thousand in the Dome. Why are we getting a third of that now? I have no idea. But if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, if you're a football fan, if you just live in San Antonio and you're one of the people always crying that we only have one major pro sport here. I talked to a dude yesterday crying that he wanted a Major League Baseball team here. Hello, there's a Major League Pro Football team here. Put your money where your mouth is. Shut up and get to the games. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's my soapbox rant. We got to get people in seats. Look, butts in seats. USFL model didn't work because there was no home games. We're using the XFL model because they need butts in seats. How long do we think the people that paid the bills are going to continue to pay the bills for empty damn stadiums? Get to the game, right? We have our Birmingham folks out there doing some mass state of the Stallions. Shout out. You great Twitter follow. You guys go check him out. But he did some math, so you can see the averages. St. Louis is at 40,000, but they only had one game. But they're going to stay strong. St. Louis loves their Battlehawks, and they all show up. There's more people in San Antonio than in St. Louis, right? Let that sink in. Like our metropolitan, our city of San Antonio is the seventh largest city in the country. Okay, not the whole metro area. I'm talking just the city. Seventh largest city in the country. 11,000 people. The tickets are $20 a game. Anyways, pardon me. I'm getting a little frustrated. Plus with the Chase Garber news kind of slowing me down. But you can see here, DC second attendance, 15,000. Their stadium only holds 20, so they actually look really good on TV. Then San Antonio there. We had more people on Easter Sunday than we did on just a regular Sunday when the number one team in our conference came to town. Like, we were 2-0 with two amazing victories, week 1 and week 2. These crazy comeback victories that you just never seen anywhere. And the way we reward our players is by putting 11,000 people in the Dome. It's ridiculous. Come on, San Antonio, get your crap together. Birmingham, 12,265. That's not good either. Two-time champs, best team in the history of spring football, probably. We got people talking about making Skip Holtz the GOAT of all time, the Nick Saban of spring football, so to speak. And you're gonna repay him by showing up with 12,000 people. I had someone trying to give me some metric. Well, if you look at the percentage of population, look, man, 12,000 people is not enough. These numbers should be in the 20s, right? These teams have to make money. It has to be profitable. I know TV is the majority of the money, and the TV ratings haven't came out just yet, but for the first 2 weeks, they were pretty solid. But good grief, man. Get to the game, people. Arlington, 11,282. They had good attendance week 1, but a bunch of people went there just to help support the team. I know me and producer were up there just trying to make sure we got as many people in the seats as we could to support the UFL kickoff game. And then the way Arlington repays that is by having a 3,000 person dip in attendance, and that's probably the 3,000 people that travel to the game between the Birmingham fans and people like us from down here in the bullpen that just want to be part of the action. Houston, I have no idea what's going on with Houston. It's like the second largest city in the country, 9,100 people. I mean, I don't know exactly where Rice Stadium is at. I plan on going there for the away game, but good grief, man. Memphis, 8,791. That stadium looks horrible on TV with only 8,000 people in there. I don't know what to say. Play the damn game in a high school stadium if you're only going to get 8,000 people there. I don't know what to tell you. And then Michigan and Ford Field, good grief. The Detroit Lions play there, and they got Michigan playing there with 7,900 people. Basically, it looks like 2 people in the stands. So let's do something, people. UFL fans, spring football fans. I know the true fans are holding it up. They're the ones showing up. We got to get these casuals. I got a bunch of casuals attack me on Twitter all the time. Hey, a new rule. If you're going to attack me on Twitter and you're a casual, put a picture of your GameStop ticket on there first. Anyways, as we said, let's go ahead and pull up the stats. We did lose to to St. Louis. Well, man, I don't know. Floridian slip there maybe. But, the stats were really not that bad. Week 3, we both put up 3 touchdowns. We scored 24 points. They scored 31. It's a 7-point ball game. Completion percentage for our quarterback, 67% for us, 70% for them. We did not get dominated in this game. I heard someone say that the wheels came off. The wheels came off in San Antonio. Look at these stats. The wheels didn't come off. We lost, right? We had a chance to win at the end, fourth quarter, driving, just didn't make it happen. The magic ran out after the first 2 weeks. But 158 passing yards for us, 140 passing yards for them. 28 rushes, 3.6 yards per carry. They had 19 rushes, 5.9 yards per carry. That's probably the biggest differential in stats. But look at our third down conversions, 9 of 16. That was great. We'd really been struggling on third down weeks 1 and 2 to St. Louis's 5 of 9. We were 3 of 5 in the red zone. They were 2 of 2 in the red zone. Just stats are not that bad. Penalties killed us last week. We gave up 8 first downs to Michigan on penalties this week. 1 penalty for 15 yards, so they're 4 for 40. The stats are right there. One of the stats that were actually really impressive for us throughout the year were our extra point attempt stats. This game, not so much. We went 0 for 3. They went 2 for 3. They got 4 points. It's a 7-point game. They got 4 points off their extra point attempts. We got 0. That could have made a big difference right there, right? So let's go ahead and get into some of the highlights of the game. We'll start off with some of the bad, and then maybe we'll get into some of the good. So let's start off with this touchdown run by Mr. A.J. McCarron. The fleet of foot, A.J. McCarron. I was at the game, and we were definitely in zone. And when that hole opened up in the middle of the line, literally our 2 safeties had their backs turned to the line of scrimmage and were all out running with the wide receivers. Weren't even considering the quarterback run. They weren't even looking for the quarterback to run. So when the middle of the field opened up, man, he just trotted all into the end zone. I'm not saying that they're to blame, because when you have things happening like this all day, it's easy to get shell-shocked where you're just always worried about the wide receivers. Check out this. What are you going to do? You got a guy that's 90 feet tall. Who knows how tall he is? He looks like he's at least a foot taller than everybody covering him. Going up in between guys on the run, stabbing balls out of the air. It's just, what are you going to do, right? Just shell-shocked. Our defense was scrambling all day. We got very, very, very little pressure on A.J. McCarron. It's not an excuse, but it's definitely a reason. Our number 1 pass rusher was not in the game due to injury. Now we're having injuries pile up early on in the season with Delonte Scott, Alex Mollett. Now we got our starting quarterback, Chase Garbers, going out. It's just one of those things, man, where we're just hoping and praying that we can stay healthy and get these guys back on the field. We did have some good stuff happen. We don't want to just harp on the bad. One thing I do love about our offensive scheme and Coach Phillips and A.J. Smith, they like to mix things up. They like trick plays. They like to keep the defense on their toes. Check out this trick play that happened on Sunday.
Kirkland, the motion man. Garbers throws to him on the screen. Kirkland throws again. It's caught. Latimer inside the 10.
You just see all that motion, all those passes to the edge. There were some people thinking that maybe we should be taking more shots down the field. And, shots down the field are good. But, when you throw those screen passes, those bubble screens, that opens up some of the running game, and it opens up stuff like that. We had other amazing plays. Let's go ahead and throw up the big Mac Attack TD.
3rd and goal. Garbers floats it. Max got it. Touchdown, San Antonio.
So you see how it's not just wide receivers getting in the game. We do have probably the best tight end duo in the league. We scored 3 touchdowns. What else are you going to do? Defense kind of gave up some tuds that maybe we hope we didn't. In the first 2 quarters, we could not cover Butler, it seemed like. But later on in the game, we settled down. That's why the game was close within 1 score. And, of course, our number 1 cornerback, Phillips, doing Phillips things now. It seems like he's starting to really become our turnover master here in the secondary. Check this highlight from our boy Phillips. Just ripping the ball out and then going and getting that ball. I mean, what a player, what a dog. Definitely guys like that. On the offensive side of the ball this week, it was a hard decision on who was the most impactful player of the game. It necessarily wasn't Garbers, even though everything flows through the quarterback. Let's watch this highlight of McFarland and see how hard he was running throughout the game.
Latimer scored the game-winning touchdown at Memphis last week. Garbers 4-4 on this drive. Hands to McFarland here. Around the left side. Touchdown!
And that is why, for the Brahma Bullpen's Player of the Week, bam, Anthony McFarland. 74 all-purpose yards, led the team in all-purpose yards, 39 rushing, 24 receiving, and, of course, he had the touchdown there. Defense got pushed around a little bit. Offense didn't quite get to 30 points. The scoring numbers we've been looking for all season is for our offense to score 30 and our defense not to give up, more than 20. And it was the opposite, right? They scored 31 and kind of got us there, and we were only able to get to 24 points. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Watch for our preview video coming up next week. Chase Garbers. Hope you get healthy. Normandy, get on the field, get some practice in, baby. We're going to end this on a happy note. We don't want to go out of here sad. Let's go, baby. Horns forward.